Yes! So good! Let's play a game. Hello everyone, it's me Sarah, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing some reading. It's a reading vlog because I'm supposed to be reading 12 books this year and it's December and I have not. But I've had this book for like a few months now and I've been meaning to read it and I just kept on pushing it back in my video schedule for some strange reason. I don't know why, but the writing's not happening for me at the moment, so I thought, you know what, let's take a break. We're going to read All the Stars and Teeth by Adalyn Grace. This is probably the first new book that I have read in a while. Every other book I've read has sort of like been out for like a year or 2 years or 3 years. This came out in England at least, I think it was February of this year, so it's relatively new. Entertainment Weekly calls it this year's biggest YA fantasy. So needless to say, coupled with the fantastic name and that amazing, intriguing cover, I have high expectations for this book to be good, which I really shouldn't be going in with high expectations because I've done that before with YA and I've been severely disappointed with what I have read. Like, this isn't as good as people are saying it is. So disappointed, in fact, that while we read, we play a game, and that game is Trope Bingo. So on my lovely little card here are 25 typical YA tropes and cliches that I've seen that I detest with a passion, that seem to be in every single YA book out there, really. So as we read, we're going to tick these off and we're going to see how long it takes for me to get a bingo. And there's the fun of reading YA. I've done this once before. I did this with Caraval by Stephanie Garber, which I was not impressed by, honestly. I was going to do it with The King's Scar by Le Bardugo, but I thought, you know what, I just want to enjoy the book because it's from a series I like, and I wasn't even very impressed with that either, which I'm very depressed about. But so begins the task of finding out how tropey All the Stars and Teeth are. I do actually have so high hopes for this book. I don't want to, but I do. Maybe I've just grown out of YA. Like, really should be reading adult because I'm supposed to be an adult, I guess, in some respect. But I don't want to venture there yet. I can't read adult novels. Anyway, All the Stars and Teeth, let's read the back and see what it's about. As Princess of the Kingdom Island Visidia, Amora Montara has spent her entire life training to be High Animancer, the Master of Souls. The rest of the realm can choose their magic, but to secure her place as heir to the throne, Amora must master the monarchy's dangerous soul magic. But when her demonstration goes horribly wrong, Amora is forced to flee. She strikes a deal with Bastion, a mysterious pirate, and no doubt her love interest. He'll help her prove she's fit to rule if she'll help him reclaim his stolen magic. But sailing the kingdom holds more wonder and more peril than Amora anticipated. A destructive new magic is on the rise, and if Amora is to conquer it, she'll need to face legendary monsters, cross paths with vengeful mermaids, and deal with the stowaways she never expected. Second love interest, perhaps? Or risk the fate of Visidia and lose the crown forever. Okay, this sounds fantastic. Caraval also sounded fantastic, so I don't want to put too much faith in the blurb at the back. And I mean, it's got pirates, it's got mermaids, it's got magic, it's got monsters. Let's read the thing. We have a beautiful map of Visidia, which I will never reference again in my entire life, but I like that it's there. Some nice trivia, again, something I'm not going to read. And damn it, it's in first person. Okay, one chapter in, I'm not sure about the voice of Amora. It's in first person, which I don't like, to to begin with anyway. Things always sound weird to me in first person. I don't know what it is. And I don't know whether it's the style of the writing or Amora's voice, but something is off for me with how it's written. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. This is the thing, like, I can't articulate anything. But it means we can tick off first person POV on the trope bingo list. Check. Amora is a princess, yes. I don't know what she looks like. I know what everyone else looks like. I don't know what she looks like. She is engaged to someone she doesn't really want to be engaged to. That's not on my trope bingo list. You know, that's sort of always a precursor to some sort of insta-love, first romance sort of thing that comes along. Very telling in the first chapter as well. Like, I was told a lot of things which, as for world building, it's not a massive issue. Because it's first person, like, I felt it like really telling me what all of this stuff was. It felt more like telling than a casual explanation of the world. But that's only one chapter in, so we're going to keep going and we're going to see where this goes. I also feel like it's in present tense, which I also don't like. So between the first person and the present tense, it's like, it's everything I don't immediately like about the style of writing, which Visidia is like a group of islands, right? And each island has its own gem and different type of magic comes from each island, right? But then if the people of Visidia can choose their magic, does that mean that if they are from one island which holds one type of magic and they choose to do a different type of magic, do they then move to the island of the magic they've chosen? That's given me sort of like dystopian vibes, you know, like with Divergence, where you have the 4 different groups and 4 different areas and you move to a different area based on like a test you take or something like that. I don't know, it's just the whole Visidia is giving me those types of vibes at the moment. She really does not like this ferret guy either. And also this banished island, Zudo, if that's how you pronounce it, is definitely going to come into play somehow in this book. She's visiting this place in this book, in this series. Like, that's going to be a main player, definitely. Remember earlier when I said that this banished island Zudo was going to make some sort of important appearance into this book? Page 64. I was right. Tell you what, I bet you anything that this Caven character somehow also has access to soul magic. And he's the beast that she has to defeat in order to save her kingdom and reclaim the power of control over her magic. I've just realised that the stowaway that Amora never expected, it's going to be Ferric, isn't it? I was right! Strange, enigmatic tension electrifies my skin.
I am Mona of Motunui. Aboard my boat, I will sail across the sea and restore the hearts of Tefiti.
Okay, we are on chapter 16, just starting chapter 16. I don't know what it is, I'm just not enjoying it as much as I wanted to or as I hoped to. I think because it's been a little bit slow these past few chapters, and apart from getting a couple of bits of information, nothing interesting has really happened. They're finding something out, and then they find something else out, and then they find something else out, and they're on the ship and they're traveling to different places. And now something interesting has just happened, which is where Amora is, you know, like threatening Blarth with destroying his soul in order to find a mermaid. And I suppose it's because it's the most interesting thing that's happened. It's first person, so like you're supposed to get to know the characters better when it's written in first person, right? That's the point of it. That's the goal of it. I don't feel connected to Amora right now. There's something about her that I don't quite like, and I don't know what it is. And I'm not a fan of Ferric, and I'm not really a fan of Bastion either. They're just both blah. And you could follow a good character through a bad book, but you won't follow a bad character through a good book. That's the thing, right? And at the moment, they're not very good characters, in my opinion. Something's missing. I do have to say, though, the world building so far, now that they are out and about visiting all of these different islands in the kingdoms, the world building works a lot better when they're experiencing it, rather than me being told in first person about all of this different magic and stuff. So it's been really fun and interesting to see all of the little details and how all of the different types of magic work and the different ways that magic will work. Although for some reason, all of these, only a few people can do these types of magic. Like, they're seeing a lot of magic that only a few people know how to do. We haven't hit any more tropes yet, which is a good thing, technically, I guess. I will eventually cross off epic adventure, because this entire book is technically one epic adventure, right, with all of the journeying. But so far, we haven't really hit the romance, which I know is coming. There's not going to be a love triangle, at least not in this book, because she doesn't like Ferric that much. There's not really any longing, I suppose, unless I count Amora's longing for the ship. Can I count that as longing? We'll see how I feel. I feel like I might, because she goes on and on about it enough, right? She reminds me so much of Moana. All I want to do is be out on the ocean on a ship. It is almost my time for bed, so I'm going to finish this next chapter or two while I have some more tea and a snack, and then we can get to finishing the rest of it in the morning. Amora has to kiss Ferric and Bastion to break the mermaid's spell. She feels nothing when she kisses Ferric. Watch as she feels something while she kisses Bastion. This kiss is going to go on for a while, isn't it? There it is. Thought so. I always know when a wire kiss is about to happen. We are here, the next day of our reading All the Stars and Teeth. I'm very tempted, and this has just occurred to me, to tick off Because Magic. And the reason I'm very tempted to tick that off is because of all the healing magic that's going on. And obviously I know, like, magical world, and some people have a healing ability, but at this point it's just like every tiny little like injury they get is magically healed away, and those injuries don't have any consequence. So at the moment anything could happen to these characters and I'd be like, it's fine, Ferric will heal them, and there's no consequences to anything that happens. So I'm very tempted to tick off Because Magic. I've literally only just started chapter 17. Like, this is like 30 seconds into reading. I sort of had this thought, so I thought I'd give it to you before I continue. Let's continue. Okay, I'm on page 196, and you know what? Ferrick's been a bit of a so far, right? Very dull, very in the background. Obviously this is Amora's POV, so I suppose that's how she sees him. But go off on one, Ferrick. I'm liking him right now. I like this new Ferrick after this mermaid's curse. Like, I hope he stays like this for the rest of the story, because I'm liking it. Vitea is Ariel. I repeat, Vitea is Ariel. Ariel and Moana in one book. I like it. I do believe I said something at the beginning of reading this book along the lines of, I bet you anything that one of the things Moore is going to have to face off against is an enemy who also knows soul magic. It's Caven. He knows soul magic. Yep, I was right. There's one thing I enjoy about reading YA, it's how right I am all the time. They're gonna kiss. There you go. Bastian is Caven's son. I don't know why I think that. It's this line from... what's her name? Oh my god, her name is not on either of these pages. Vale? Zales just said the words, I recognise you, don't I? By the gods, you look just like... and then Bastian cuts her off swiftly. He's Caven's son. That's probably wrong, but this is where my mind goes. Okay, Amora has just learned that her whole life has been a lie. I don't have that on Trope Bingo, but I do have a free space, so... oh, I've used it. What did I use it for? Oh... I used it for all the exposition, didn't I? Damn! Oh, there's something Bastian has to tell her. I was half right. They are related. They're related. They're not father and son. They're brother and brother. But I was right that they were somehow related. Yes. So good. Twice now, Amora has been cursed. And twice now, we've had Bastian say something along the lines of, I'm very surprised that you got out of that curse so quickly. He's side-eyeing her now, like it's not something that she should be able to do, even being the princess of Visidia. It's almost like she's secretly special in some way to be able to break through these advanced curses on her own extremely quickly. I shall await confirmation before I tick it off on Trope Bingo. Very suspicious. Okay, so we're currently at the part where Caven is showing Amora like the truth about magic, and I'm getting the feeling that this first king, King Kato, who like battled against the beast and took his magic and like soul magic stuff, it's just going to turn out to be that he was a jealous prick that someone else wielded more magic than he could. So he ruled that people could only use one lest the beast returned. And it's all going to be some like jealous, petty man tantrum over a woman having more magic than he does. So no one can have more than one magic. This is what it's going to turn out to be. And you know what? I absolutely love it. I don't know why I'm feeling like I'm going to love it if this is how it goes. But it's like this whole book has been about how Amora has been lied to her entire life. How her father has been keeping things from her and lying to her about things. How like centuries and the entire history of magic is like one big fat lie stemming from some man's hurt ego. And I don't know, I think that's really cool. I really, really like that aspect. And obviously, someone finds out their entire life is a lie is very YA cliche. I don't know why it's not on my Trope Bingo card. But just the reveal of it. First of all, learning multiple magics has been a lie. And then the whole beginning of magic and the soul magic and everything that Amora is having to have gone through, killing all of these people and proving her worth to contain the beast has all been a lie as well. It just all culminates into this one big massive, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I still don't like Amora very much personally, but the plot is good, so we're going to stick with it. This whole book's plot stems from an angry little petty jealous man ego. Oh, it's fantastic. Caven has taken Amora's magic. Amora is now bound to something, and Vatea said that she can feel a curse shimmering in the air all around them when they're aboard the keel haul. Caven has now bound Amora's father's soul to him, so anything that happens to Caven happens to her father. Bastian has a new curse. So does that mean that somehow Caven has bound Amora to Bastian? Every time I think this story is going to end, it doesn't end. I thought it was going to end when they were on the ship and they had a kingdom to save, but then suddenly it was continuing and then the kingdom was being attacked and Caven is there somehow despite the massive injury he got and he needed time to heal. And I'm just like, at what point is this story going to end? I get a really weird feeling that father is going to end his life to end Caven's life. I don't know why. I think that's what I want to happen. I want father to end his life, putting all of his trust in the kingdom into Amora's hands, to end Caven's life, but there's a new threat on the horizon because of everything. I don't know how this is going to end. Oh, them's a goodbye words. Tell your mother I'm sorry and please take care of her. Them's a goodbye words. So I was right about her father ending his life. I was wrong because father is not connected to Caven in the same way Caven is connected to father. But this does mean technically I can cross off dead or absentee parent off my Trope Bingo list. Because she has a dead parent now. And confirmation, Amora is connected to Bastian. Ha! I love being right. Yes, Ferric! Ferric to the rescue! And we're finished with All the Stars and Teeth. I actually enjoyed that book. I actually enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the book, everybody. Hallelujah. I enjoyed it. Not so much the characters, but the world building and the actual plot and all of the twists and turns and the entire thing based on some whiny little man's ego. I enjoyed it. The characters got endeared to me at the end. I have to admit, it took me a very, very long time to like them and enjoy them. I think it all picked up for me after Vatea joined everybody. Like, she was the crowning character. She was the missing piece to the awkwardness that was a love triangle, sort of, technically. Yes, Holly. I enjoyed all of the characters in the end. Bastion is still a little bit of a blank face for me. He doesn't really like stand out as his own character. Like, in the end, Ferric was more of a standout character than Bastion was. I think Bastion's like my least favourite at the moment. Vatea is my definite favourite, seeing as we see so little of her as well. Amora grew on me. She did. I don't know how. I don't know why. She somehow grew on me, despite the first personness. But I do have to say that it took a while to get into it. But once everything was established and once they were past all of the, we need to find this person, we need to go here, we need to do this. And once they got into the actual stretch of going to Zudo and all of that, then it became very, very interesting. So slow start, fantastic ending. Oh my god, dropped so heavy. I'm excited to see where this story is going to go. Oh, thank you. I'm excited to see where this story is going to go, what these characters are going to do now that Amora is officially queen. And I'm interested to see how this curse between her and Bastion is going to work now that Bastion has her magic. And yeah, I'm very, very happy that I finally enjoyed a book. Turning to Trope Bingo. Ta-da! There's not actually that many tropes in All the Stars and Teeth, which is a good thing for me. What did we tick off? We ticked off useless adults. The father and everyone's just been useless the entire time. We ticked off because the insane amount of healing magic that was going on just bugged me. And the fact that they didn't really suffer with any of their injuries, except for that one time she got poisoned, but that was literally, her injuries got healed, but she just had a low level of blood. We ticked off our free space in regards to all of the exposition at the beginning, explaining in detail everything about the world before we had a chance to experience it. We ticked off dead parents because her father's now dead. It's a bit mean of me to do that, but it's on the square. We ticked off mysterious newcomer Bastion. We ticked off epic adventure, because let's be honest, it was an epic adventure. We ticked off first person POV because it was a first person POV. And I'm very tempted to tick off revolution because there was at least an attempt of one. I'm going to tick off revolution because there was an attempt of one. And even if it wasn't like for our main characters, it was still very much involved in the plot, especially in the third. So there we have it. We came very close to a bingo here. If there was an instant skill, it would be there. You know what? I think one of the reasons I enjoyed this book was because of the immense lack of romantic drama. If I think back to every other book that is YA that I've read recently, there's been so much romantic drama and love triangles and characters pining over each other. It just got boring and annoying. This one didn't have that. There was not a real focus on romance until really just before the third act, but that focus was Amora and Bastion getting together, which I saw coming a mile away. There was no drama about it. So that's enjoyable romance for me, guys. That is how you write a decent YA romance, in my personal opinion, of course. So we are done reading All the Stars and Teeth by Adalyn Grace. I give it a score of, I will go out and buy the sequel to it eventually. Nothing has topped Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom so far. I'm awaiting the day something does. That's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Let me know down in the comments below what has been your favourite book to read so far in 2020, and I'll see you in my next video. Good thoughts and happy writing.